A lot of you know I was considering a 5-foot passing law. I just want to give a quick illustration of what this really means because there's been some questions on how this is going to work in the real world. So here we have a bicyclist riding along on a 12-foot lane. This is pretty close to scale, so I hope you understand it's not going to be perfect, but you'll get the idea. So motorists should come along, and when they pass, they should go to the opposite lane, move over, and when it's safe, return to the right side of the road. Now we know in most cases the motorists will instead just try to squeeze by the best they can and get too close to the bicyclists. This can cause some dangerous situations and crashes. We don't want to see that. So what we've asked for is a 5-foot passing zone. Now this means that when the motorist goes to pass the bicyclist, they should give at least 5 feet. Now that's going to mean that there's a distance between the bicyclist and the outside of the motor vehicle of 5 feet. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the motorist has to go into the opposite lane, but that sure would be the safe way to do it. So we move and we go through the lane. Now one question that came up is what happens if the bicyclist is in the center of the lane? Do they still get 5 feet? And of course there's many reasons for a bicyclist being in the center of the lane. Maybe the lane's too narrow to share. Maybe it's not safe to pass and the bicyclist can see that. So yeah, the motorist still needs to give 5 feet, but they still have the entire opposite lane that they can use to pass. So the last question that came up is, can a bicyclist create a no passing zone because the bicyclist would ride near the center line? Now there's a lot of reasons that the bicyclist would do this. One good example is if the bicyclist is going to be turning left or if an intersection is approaching. In this case, there's still going to be enough room for a motorist and the bicyclist to fit on a 24-foot roadway. However, in this situation in particular, the bicyclist is turning left. Is an intersection a good time to pass a bicyclist? No, not really. Does it happen? It sure does. Be safe out there, pass safely, and support the 5-foot passing law.